Good morning. Today we will be filming Randy removing and resealing this intake manifold on this Pontiac Bonneville. Lower manifold gaskets have failed, and it will also be getting the updated upper intake for the improved EGR passages. Step one obviously is going to be to get all your wiring and stuff off, and we'll just kind of be taking this step by step. So stay tuned, folks. Should be an interesting journey. So we've removed all the wiring harness, upper intakes off, and now we are in the process of removing the lower intake to gain access to the failed plastic intake manifold gaskets. So now we have the lower intake off. Randy's doing some cleaning on everything so our gaskets meet up properly. I will actually give you a side-by-side view of the old ones versus the new ones. And so here we have a side-by-side comparison of the old style gaskets, where you can see coolant passages failing here and out here, and then the updated design actually come with the rubber impregnated in the metal. Much better design. They rarely fail at all, and looking good. And here's the cause of your leaks on this throttle body, and why we're doing the update. You can see how the plastic is bowing. It's not sealing to your throttle assembly like it should, and it starts leaking coolant out the bottom. Also, your EGR passage goes right here, and you can see what a thin insert that we have for it. Our updated assembly is much larger, less chance of warpage, less chance of coolant leaking out through your throttle body, and the EGR gases are not going to burn through the plastic. So whenever we do one of these, we try to make sure we use the updated assembly to prevent this from happening again. Thank you, recyclability and the automotive industry. Alright, so now we've got our intake manifold gaskets installed. The rubber end caps are installed as well with a nice bead of RTV. We will be lowering the lower intake manifold back on place and torquing it down. Unfortunately, last night we did have some defective gaskets, but we did catch that before it went in, so always a good idea to double check all your product to make sure it is what it's supposed to be. Quick note here, folks, if you look down into the valley of this intake, you'll notice there are absolutely no carbon deposits, any sludge buildup yet, and you can attribute that to some good maintenance habits. They go a long way towards deferring any kind of bills that you're going to get from a repair. So change your oil every 3,000 miles, 5,000 with the synthetic, and hopefully when we pop your intake, it'll look like this too. So right now we are in the process of torquing down our intake manifold, and after that we will be replacing the upper manifold and torquing it down as well, and then reinstalling all the wiring. And this does have to be done in certain steps, which he is doing at this time. Then this should be out the door, and they'll be a happy camper. Alright, lower intake manifold is in place. We've now got the updated upper intake manifold in place, being torqued down. Then we will run the harnesses and ignition back on it, fill it full of coolant, take it for a test drive, and give it back to the customer. And that's about it, folks. One final shot as we got it finished up, and then we'll call this video good. Alright, so coolant's full. We've changed the oil. Randy's going to take it out for a test drive, then he'll check under the hood one last time. Dot the I's, cross the T's, but basically that is an intake manifold gasket replacement, and we certainly thank you guys for tuning in, and stay tuned because we have some more stuff will be coming up in the future. Have a great day and happy motoring.